Okay. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Ready, Set, Pop. My name is Mariel Pastori, greeting you from Mexico City, and I'm here with two of the most amazing people in the world, my friends and co-hosts, Lucas Apache from Brazil and Mauricio Sierra from Colombia. Hello, guys.
Hello,
Hello,
Marielle.
guys.
Hello, Mauricio. Hello, everyone.
Hello,
Everybody
guys.
watching. Yes, how are you guys?
Good, good. How are you?
Doing great, and so excited to start with this episode because it's gonna be different from the ones we've been doing lately. I mean, I know we have praised a lot of good pop music, which is great because there's a lot to talk about pop and great singers, great albums, great songs. But this time is the complete opposite because it's time to talk about pop cringe music, cringe pop music that makes you say, "What the hell is this?" and or listen to it and be like, I don't want to listen to it. I don't want to see the video. I don't, whatever. So we know there are songs, videos, live performances, album covers, whatever you want to call them, that totally makes you cringe. So this is all about cringe pop. You guys ready?
Ready? Ready.
I'm ready.
It's going to be
Okay.
very fun today.
It's going to be because this time, instead of praising, we are tearing it down, baby. So now, Uh, we all decided to talk about a song and a video in particular, but we will be talking about a lot of songs today. So, but
Yeah.
first, I would like to start with Lucas. You chose a song that it is definitely cringe, but those songs in particular happen to be really popular sometimes, even though they suck. You know, there are terrible songs, but they have
Yeah.
a lot of success on the radio, and you can see live performances, whatever you want to call them. So tell us about the song you choose because it's all about food, right?
Oh, yes. Hey, guys. Well, first of all, I gotta say that the word cringe is already cringe for me, only the word, because here in Brazil, we took like English words and bring to our Portuguese words like crush. The word crush, I have a crush on
Mm-hmm.
someone, is like very
Mm-hmm.
common here in Brazil. Like you can see all the ladies talking about this, but they say crush, you know?
Mm-hmm.
This guy is my crush. So everyone's talking, and they try to do this with the cringe word, but it only lasts like 2 days because it became cringe for us to talk cringe, you know?
Oh, okay,
It
okay.
was very
Mm-hmm.
cringe to see like a younger person saying, "Oh, you are so cringe because you listen to the '90s music." So it became like cringe to be cringe here in Brazil. So this word is like dirty for me, you know. But
Okay.
talking about the song, I mentioned before in our video cast that I have kind of line because I can go very low with pop music. I can really listen to bad music and enjoy it and feeling the song and whatever. But there's some things that are like under this line for me. And this song that I chose, like the fast food song by the fast food rockers, is one of them. And it's a great example because uh, it was very common for the UK markets those kind of pop dance tracks with a team, but sometimes it's very well produced, very well, uh, very good lyrics. Like we saw with Aqua, for example. They had a lot
Mm-hmm.
of
Mm-hmm.
cheesy songs about a doctor, about the Barbie, about everything. But for me, it's good. But this fast food song, I just can't. Like they talking about Pizza Hut and Burger King and all the fast food in one song, and the image of them for me is very. I can't believe I'm going to say this word, but very cringe. And I don't know. Somehow it works for the UK kids. I don't know because I grew up in Brazil, so we grow up seeing like things like El Cha that is very cringe too, but it's normal for me because I grew up watching and seeing this on television. Maybe if I was a UK kid, it makes sense, but doesn't make any sense to me. I just can't. So that's why I chose the song to represent the line for me. that I can pass this line for pop music.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, when I listened to that song like years ago, at first I found it funny, but then I found it annoying because what kind of group decides to make a song about fast food? I mean,
The fast
it's
food
crazy.
rockers.
The Fast Food Rockers. I mean, it makes sense because of the name of the group, but the song in general is like so silly. Oh, what happened with Mao?
Yeah, Mao is like being cringe now. He's like,
Yeah, he's turning. What
he's
is
coming
happening
back.
now? Yes.
When we wait for him, I want to ask you um, why you choose this subject for this episode, because we always explain and you don't tell
Oh,
us. So tell me and the audience while we wait for Mao.
yes. I chose this one because I think that we are always too serious about pop music and love to praise great artists, great music. But I think that there's also a bad side of it. Like I know it cannot be perfect 100%. So there's always
Okay.
that part when that you say, "Oh my God, I wish I didn't listen to this," or "I wish this didn't exist," because it happens in every genre. Actually, I mean, in every
Yes.
genre you can listen to bad music and very good music. So, I mean, that's the reason I chose it to be different this time.
To see for other perspective
Exactly,
of pop music.
exactly.
Okay.
Yes,
Yes. And
Yes,
always
yes, totally.
remember for the audience that you guys can totally disagree with us.
yes,
Maybe there's some fast food rockers fans out there. I don't know. So it's our
it's
opinion.
possible.
Only
Yes.
this, guys. Yes.
Yes, yes. So thank you, Lucas, for bringing out the fast food rockers. I want to ask Mao, who isn't so much into, Eurodance and bubblegum sounds. When you first listened to this song, what was your opinion? What did you think about it?
I was telling you out of cameras that I perceive that this kind of songs are cringe because are very repetitive, like all the time repeating silly things. Like in this example, in this case, for example, it's a song about food brands, about something silly. So I perceive this song cringe because of that, because it's very repetitive and actually has the same vibe like other songs by Venga Boys or Aqua or
Mm-hmm.
is almost the same, but at the same time the lyrics are very silly and very repetitive, and that's the reason you perceive this song
Yes.
is cringe because of that. And the video is also like,
The video,
what
the
the hell?
song, everything.
Yes.
I don't know
Yes, yes,
what
yes,
those, I'm
totally.
sorry, what
And
the members of the band think about it right now when they see themselves 20 plus years ago dancing with small skirts and moving to Kentucky Fried Chicken and a Pizza Hut. So,
Yeah.
yes, yes. I can swear they feel ashamed of
I
that. I
hope
don't
the
know.
money they receive for this worth it.
exactly,
I
yeah.
really do for them. Yes.
Yes.
If you look at it from a positive way, the fast food rockers gave a lot of promotion to these fast food chains. So
Yes.
those
Yes.
like Kentucky or Pizza Hut or those must have been like really thankful, like saying, "Oh, thank you for mentioning us
Yes.
in your song."
And this is something that makes this song even more weird for me. Like
Yeah,
back then, it was super rare for people to talk about brands like
Yes.
this on television or radio without some payment. So
And and
it's very
sometimes
weird.
yes, and sometimes you need a permission to do it.
yes.
To do it. Well,
That's
Yeah,
yes.
why Aqua got into a lot of trouble with Barbie Girl because
With Barbie Girl. Yes.
exactly. Yeah.
Mattel sued them, but when they found out that Barbie wasn't registered for a song, the Aqua members were like, "Yay!" because
Yes.
it was like completely unexpected.
Yes.
And actually, then Mattel wanted to have the song for some of their commercials or something, so it was good for Mattel.
Yeah, I mean, Barbie
Yeah.
Girl was popular all over the world, so
Yes,
Still is, yes. Is one of the biggest 90s songs forever.
yes,
yes,
definitely.
totally.
And now moving on to Mao. When you sent through our personal chat the song that you wanted to talk about specifically, I was actually not expecting that song because
Okay.
I have listened to it like many times, but never actually saw it as a cringe song. But I would like to know why you chose Mi Chico Latino by Gary Halliwell as your cringe song. Why is that?
Oh, okay, first of all, to clarify this, as you mentioned, guys, uh, the audience can disagree with us in a
Yeah.
lot of ways. It's
Because I
not,
do. I do.
yes, okay. It's not, yes, because it's not about to criticize this artist. It's about to talk in a funny way of that.
Mm-hmm.
I I I perceive the song cringe because I like Jerry Halliwell. I know you are a fan. You two are a fan of this woman, but I perceive very cringe the pronunciation of her. Like
Uh,
I read about the song and she wanted to make like an homage to her mom that is Spanish or something like
Yes.
that,
Yes.
but these lines are cringe for me. Like, "Donde está el hombre?" Talking like this is very cringe for me. Actually, I enjoy the song when I listen to it, but I feel that her pronunciation is very bad, and it's so she wanted to pay homage, but at the same time it's ridiculous, like talking in that way, like and the sentence at first is ridiculous, that "Dónde está el hombre?" with fuego en la sangre or something like that. It's
Yes.
very silly for me.
Yes.
So it's not like the song that Lucas mentioned, for example, that is it's cringe, totally cringe. But this time it's like, okay, you are not good talking in Spanish, your pronunciation. You can make a big effort to try to pronounce the Spanish words better than you do.
Yes.
That you
Yes.
did. Yes.
I
So
I am
so
I figured it was going to be because of that. Because us as
yes.
Spanish speakers, because that's our
Yes.
main language, you say, why is she talking like this? But I mean, I understand
Yes.
she's from another country. She has always spoken in English, so
Yes.
I understand that part, but I have always felt that her accent is really weird.
Her accent is really weird, and the words that she uses in the song is really hilarious. Like
it's not very
I,
common to use.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Okay.
Like this bridge in the song that I can remember very well, but
Pico
ven
Latino te
conmigo.
quiero.
Yes, 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 yes. That words are very hilarious. So, yes. What do you think, my man, Luquitas?
I believe that that happens because you guys are Spanish speakers. Because I never realized the
Oh,
accent or the words. And Jerry sings in Spanish in the "If You Can Dance" track from the
Yes.
Spice Girls, and a lot of Spanish lyrics in the song. And I never
But
paying attention. For me, it was very common. But I feel like it's something like um, I don't remember the word in English, like caricata. From she thinks that in Spanish, maybe sounds like this, and
mm,
words like fuego and things are very common. I don't know, like uh, when you imagine a Latin person in her mind, I can find the words to explain, but I think you understand. Like
yes.
a
yes.
character, like very exaggerated.
Yes.
Yes, and of course we have an accent. For example, in this case that we are making a podcast in
Yes.
English when we
Yes.
are Mariel and I are Spanish speakers and you're a Portuguese speaker, Lukita. So of course we have an accent and we don't sound native at all. I'm not criticize this in her because it's natural that she has an accent in talking in Spanish because it's not her mother language, but the expression the expressions that she uses, the words are very hilarious for me.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah, I
I
was
get
going
it.
to say that. I mean, people is probably thinking you guys don't
Yes,
you guys
yes,
English is not your main language. So, yeah, I know. I mean,
yes.
I know we all have our accents, but it's more
Yeah.
like like the expressions like Mao
The
said.
Okay.
expressions. Yes,
And I
yes,
was
And
yes.
going
maybe
Oh, I'm sorry.
so, please, Maria, continue. Please,
That
Maria.
you mentioned that Gary sings in Spanish in "If You Can't Dance" by the Spice Girls, and I I have always found that part that she sings really cringe because of the same because
Okay.
it's like escucha mucha alegría, chico, tú no tienes nada. So I'm like, what is she trying to say? So because I really
See.
don't understand a lot of what she's saying, even though it's in Spanish. So it's really
Yes.
funny. It's really funny. Yeah.
But I
She's
think it's
saying,
very.
"Hey macho, hey
Hey, but
macho."
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And maybe if we try to make the British accents, we'll turn ourselves in cringe person too
Yes.
for
Yes,
the
totally.
British
They
for
will.
sure.
They will have a laugh, darling. They will have a
Yes,
laugh.
Yes.
But well,
yes,
thank you for explaining why you find that song to be a little cringe, Mimao, because
yes. But it's not a bad song at all. It's not a bad
no,
No.
song.
it's a fun song
No,
actually. But yeah,
it's a fun song.
it
Yes,
for us
yes,
as
yes,
Spanish speakers, yeah, you can see it from a different point of view. So
yes.
yes, and now the song I chose, I wish I could die and then stab myself after death
Whoa.
every time I listen to this song because
Okay.
Whoa.
I don't know how to even start. I love Christina Aguilera, don't get me wrong. I know she has one of the best voices out there, and she was going through a very well managed career or something since she began with her debut album, then with Stripped, which is a fantastic piece of art, and then Back to Basics, that is amazing. I don't know whatever happened to her, what was in her mind when she decided to record the songs from her album Bionic. The whole album to me is cringe, but this song in particular that I'm going to talk about, which is called Elastic Love, I don't know. I don't know what was going on through the minds of the songwriters, including her, but when I first heard it, I was like, I want to die, and then I want to stop myself because I don't feel like I have died enough. So it's crazy. I don't know who actually thought it would be a great idea to record this song. And I was reading some fun facts about it, and critics were praising it. And I'm like, why are you praising this shit? Because I'm sorry. I'm sorry. People are probably going to disagree with me. I don't know. But when I first listened to it, I'm like, what is this? There's like a lot of synthesizers. There's like dun, 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 dun. You get tired of it. I'm like, shut up, please do yourself a favor and shut up. So I'm actually surprised the song actually charted in South Korea. I know. So in
Randall. Yes.
yes, and it was co-written by MIA or the British rapper.
Yes.
At first, I thought it was Maya who co-wrote it, but then I did my
Uh,
research and it was MIA, and with Christina and someone else. But the song, I actually have it here because I couldn't remember the the exact. Uh, it's here. Sorry. Lyrically, Aguilera compares her love to office supplies, from paper clips to rubber bands. I mean, I don't even think that
Specific.
someone that
ridiculous.
works
Yes.
at the papeleria here in would actually think to write a song about that. I mean, I don't know if you guys have listened to it, if you guys had the chance to
Yeah.
pay attention to it, but I think it's one of the worst songs out there. And every time I listen to it, I'm like, no, I don't want to listen to this. It's cringe. It's cringe. Delete. So, what are your thoughts on it, Mao? I want to know what you think.
I think Bionic was the reason I'm not a huge fan of Christina right now because I used to be a huge fan of her work. But I don't get like I don't feel any connection with this album at all. I don't like the single "Not Myself
I hate
Tonight"
it.
and another. I can remember very well because at that time I was like losing her
Hmm.
trace in music. So this song, the same, repetitive, um, in your ears is like it's like something that is very uncomfortable to
It's
hear.
annoying.
It's annoying, yes. So, in the other hand, we have huge vocal artists like Christina is doing this kind of songs. I understand that at that time, Lady Gaga was the main singer and very important singer and a revelation. And I think that maybe they were trying to not making the same with Christina, but maybe try to compete with Lady Gaga in a way. So they produced this album in this with this kind of music, synthesizers and everything. So I think for some fans, I know this album is so important and maybe some fans think that this album deserves a lot of more that has had in that moment in time. But I forgive me, people, but I don't think it's a good album at all because bad decisions around this time and I don't know. I don't perceive the album. So, and we had a Strip and Back to Basics that for me were absolutely amazing albums, and they were changing a lot. I don't know, but it's my personal opinion. I think for Christina, maybe in that moment was she wanted to do it something different, and it's good for her because she took the risk to do something different. But no, it no, I don't like it at all.
Agree. Thank you, Mimo. Thank you, because you mentioned
Yes,
something really important, that Lady Gaga was at her peak back in the day. And
yes,
I know Christina has always wanted to be different with her music. Every album offers something different. But trying to copy something like Lady Gaga was a mistake, because Christina was always, in a kind of image, and then trying to do something completely different, it's risky. I mean, Lady Gaga started being risky, being, like super fashion and always wearing outrageous,
outrageous.
yes.
Yes,
But Christina wasn't known for being like that. So I think it was
yes,
really risky for her to do it. And Bionic is definitely an album that you can listen to the intentions of sounding like Lady Gaga. So yeah, but that song in particular, yeah, I know. I don't want to talk about it. Bye.
yes.
So, now, Lucas, what do you think? Because I know you like
I,
Christina, but
Yes, and I want to know the Lucas perception because maybe you are more like you have more information about this timing of Christina Aguilera's music.
Well, I would lie if I said that Bionic is my favorite, but I'm not that um I can listen more than you guys. Like I don't feel like it's that bad or that cringe. Like Not Myself Tonight. I love that song. I really like a few songs that I can perceive why people may think is cringe, like Woohoo, Woohoo.
With Nicki Minaj? Yes.
Yeah, but I don't have a problem with this album overall, and I will explain why. Because I used to listen back then some artists that were the influences for Christina for this album, like Peaches and Robin
mm-hmm.
and Sia before the Chandelier. So the sound of that is not that weird for me. But I can understand why the track Marielle chooses, for example, sounds terrible. But when I compare with other tracks, like for me, the worst of this album, Bionic, is Bubblehead.
It's
Like
so bad.
this song, yes, for me, like no, 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 is a hard pass. I cannot listen. But the other tracks, I know that she could make better, but it's not that cringe for me. And the Lady Gaga thing actually was a problem, a real problem, because Christina talking about this. The She wasn't planning to make exactly this record, so the record was kind of what she wanted, kind of what the label
Mm.
wanted, because they wanted to make the Christina versus Lady Gaga to happen as they did with Britney back then.
Mm-hmm.
So they wanted to use
Oh,
Christina again for this revival
kind of
thing.
battle.
Yeah, so that's why they collaborated later with what Do What You Want,
Do
the
what you
track of
want.
Lady Gaga, to kind of break this. But it was real in the conversations, and the label pushed to make an electro album, and that's why sounds not that good, because it keeps in the middle, a little Christina, a little of label, and then mess
Yes.
is overall, as you said, is way low. uh, the production is way low than the
Oh,
previous
yes.
works. You can perceive
The
that, of
the
course.
Totally.
But for me, it's not that cringe. But I understand you guys. Yes, I do.
Yeah, I think the only song, and I'm actually remembering it right now, that the only song that is the one that I can stand from that album, it's Glam, because it remains on the same pop vibe that I used to like.
Okay.
But that's it.
Even the ballads you guys don't like you
Lost you?
lost
Lost You.
you
Lost.
lost me.
Yes, you lost
If you
me.
lift me
You
If
up,
you,
lost me.
yeah, no,
yes,
something lost.
yes,
Yes,
because
yes.
there's no conversation between the tracks, right? Is
Mm-hmm.
I understand
Yes.
that.
Yes, but yeah,
Okay.
it's a wicked album. But that song in particular, it's definitely one of the worst songs ever for me. For me. Like we mentioned, this is
Yes, I
only
get
our
it.
point of views. If you guys like it, I
Yes,
totally
totally.
respect it. But I just wanted to let you know why I can't stand it.
Yeah,
Especially because
it's amazing to
yes,
disagree.
the song, the
Yes.
music, I feel like it's so annoying. Please, something, please quit it, quit. So for me, but
Yeah.
anyway, now talking about videos, I know there's like a lot of cringe videos out there, but Lucas, the video that you chose, it's really funny that you chose that song. Well, that video in particular, because the song is really fun. But why
Yes.
did you choose C'est la vie by Bewitched?
Okay, I chose this one because I remember as a kid when I saw this on MTV. I was a kid, so it would be natural for me to like that. But even as a kid, I was kind of cringe about that. I was like,
Okay.
this is weird. What is this? And the whole dance, like the Irish thing. I don't know. It doesn't make sense for me. Again, maybe because I'm Brazilian. I don't know. Maybe for UK kids and I don't know Irish kids, it was like normal, common.
Mm-hmm.
But the image of them, as I mentioned here before, for me, they look at like four Monicas of friends. They are kind of. There's two of them that are sisters. I believe they are
They're
twins.
twins.
But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, the four of them are versions of Monica for any season of Friends. For me, it is already weird, but I really like the song. But the video not so much. The parts that they talk it like
Oh, yeah.
phrases, not singing like na 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 na, and make
Some people
these
say you
faces
look
like
like my
very
dad.
yes, like very childish, and they look at like older to me. I was 8, and in my mind they could be 35. I don't know. They wasn't, but for me they look at older, so it was everything weird. Would be like putting moms in the Teletubbies world.
Yes.
You know, I think I was kind of mean, but that's my feeling. You know,
No,
but I
it's
do love the song. I gotta say
no, the
that.
song is really catchy. But yes, in fact, the video and how they put everything, like the guy on the tree, and I know, I feel cringe
Yes.
about it. And it's funny that you mentioned that song, that video in particular, because if you guys watched the big reunion in 2012, 13, the first season where Bewitched was part of it, and they were watching,
Yes.
every each group were watching their previous work from the 90s, from the early 2000s, and when they began watching C'est la vie, they were like, I feel so ashamed of doing this. They actually said it that
Yes.
they didn't want to watch it because they felt so ashamed of how silly the video
Yeah.
was.
Unfortunately, I watched their latest video they released it this year, and I was also cringe again
That's their
because
song
you
birthday, right?
you can yeah, you guys can perceive they looking for places like they need to sing and like walking backwards, but they were kind of like looking to see if they will step in something. I don't know. So it's not natural, you know. There are some people I think in bikes or something, and they are constantly like looking to not
Fall.
beat in nothing. So it's kind of weird. It's not natural. I don't know.
Yeah.
Bewitched is I don't know. For me, it never worked that much.
Oh, well, sorry, girls, but yeah, your video is really,
Sorry.
it's really cringe. What are your thoughts, Mao? How do you feel about C'est la vie?
Okay, I know this song for years. Like, I remember when this song came out, and I perceive the song and the video maybe not cringe, very childish, like for kids.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, this is my perception. Like, it's very childish, and it's silly, but I understand the concept because it was for this kind of audience, so I can understand why they made this decision of make this video with this concept. But yes, it's not so cringe for me. It's more like very
Mm-hmm.
childish for me.
Okay.
Yes, yes. I don't like the song
Mm-hmm.
so much, and I don't like the group so much. But it's not like it's terrible. Please stop. No, it's not like that. It's like, oh, okay, it's very
Yes.
for kids.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes. The
Okay.
Monicas.
Monica's.
Yes.
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 Now, Mao, the video you chose, why? Tell us all about why.
Well, this video by Miley Cyrus that is called Do It. I remember this whole era of Miley Cyrus full of scandalous things and very and a lot of controversies. For example, this live performance with Robin Thicke. She was doing this twerking thing, and it was very
I know.
disgusting. And don't, I'm not judging her because she's free to do whatever she wants to do. Like be free in her music, but this era in particular, I and this video is disgusting. Like she with this glitter and it's disgusting for me. I can't stand the video, and I can't stand this Miley Cyrus. So that's the reason I'm just clarifying that I'm not trying to judge her or criticize her because I understand that, for example, fans consider she's edgy and it's okay, but I don't like this kind of disgusting concept with the glitter in her mouth. I perceive this very cringe, and I perceive this whole era. I can remember. I don't know, Lukitas, if you can help me with that. I can remember the album, the name of the album, or the name of the era.
Okay. You are talking about the
Bangers.
Bangers era, but this track that
Yes.
you chose is not part of the album. Actually, she had this deal with the record label that she would make the Bangers album, and a part of this she would release independent work
Oh,
uh,
okay.
on internet. So she did it a different album. So Do It and the BB Talk and other songs that are
Hmm.
more weird than the mainstream thing are a part of Bangers.
Oh, okay,
It's
okay.
at the same time happening, but
But
it
it's
was not the
pretty
same
similar
work.
to what she was doing
Oh,
with
okay.
the Bangers album because the first single, "Can't Stop," "We Can Stop,"
We Can't Stop.
it's
Yes.
We
pretty
can stop.
similar
Yes.
because it's actually really weird. I don't know. I have always found Miley Cyrus to be
It's
weird, so
really
yeah.
weird. Yes, yes, yes. And for example, this video, I think you mentioned Luquitas,
BB
that
Talk.
she's like, yes, is cringe too. It's like she in a costume, like in disguise with like a
Yes.
baby. No, I can understand. I have to say, even I'm not a fan of Miley Cyrus. I like some songs. For example, now that she released
Hmm.
Flowers is a very good song with a very good with a very good message, a very positive message of empowering and everything. I like it so much when it was released, but I of course she's not one of my favorite artists. I don't like her so much, but I can say she's a good performer. She has a very particular voice. So this is I'm saying this because I don't want to criticize her in any way. I'm just saying this
You are not
work
a
that she
hater.
did.
Okay.
Yes, yes, I'm not a hater of her. I'm just saying that this work I didn't enjoy at all. I didn't like it at all. I perceived very cringe and very disgusting. What do you think, guys? Mariel.
Well, you know how I feel about Miley. I don't want to be I don't want to be like a
Yes.
hater too. So, um I just want to be honest and say that that era of Miley from the bangers and that time like Lucas mentioned following um I have never really liked it because of how wicked of how um I don't know. I don't know how
Bizarre.
bizarre. Yeah, that's the word. Thank you, Mel. How bizarre she was because we already had an image of Miley Cyrus, not only as Hannah Montana, but when she released her first two albums, and the one that has Seven Things and the other one Break.
Breakout
Yeah, and the other one,
in the time of
eh,
our
Yes.
yes.
And
Party
Party
in
in
the
the
USA was
USA
really cool, and Can't Be
is
Tamed,
good,
and all
yes.
those.
Can be
Yes.
tame.
So I already have like this image of her, and all of a sudden she goes like really bizarre. I didn't feel connected to what she was doing. So when I watched those videos, like We Can't Stop and the one that you mentioned, I feel like it's not the kind of things I like to watch because I also feel shamed. Like I don't want to see this. So, but I mean, I don't want to criticize her either, but I know that her work from that era was, for me, it was super cringe. Yes. Thank you.
Yes.
Bye. Yeah.
It's
Okay.
What about you,
Drop the mic.
Lupillas?
Uh,
Because I know that you are maybe more Miley
Yes.
Cyrus fan.
I don't. I don't consider myself a Miley Cyrus fan, but uh, I'm kind of in the
Mm-hmm.
middle of the opinion because I I feel like some things are I hate this word and I'm going to try because I don't wanna make a meme again. Someone you guys know,
Uncomfortable?
not
Uncomfortable?
comfortable. Yes,
Uncomfortable.
Not comfortable.
thank you.
Uncomfortable.
I try to say this word in the bath. I was talking to myself like repeating because I knew this word will came into my mind sometime, but it's not working. Okay. Miley was trying to do something extreme. In it was the whole idea. Yes, that's why it's disgusting, the glitter thing and the naked and the marijuana and everything, because in her mind in that time, if she go extreme, people will talk and she could be more free in the next work. That was her thought. She talked about this like you know, guys, that Madonna did some things that were controversial. So sometimes when you have Madonna doing a lot of things in the past, the line to do something controversial is kind of blurry because there's really nothing to do to shock people. So I think that's the reason why she went extreme. I understand that some things are really cringe, like the VMA performance was like, what the
Death.
fuck? But at the same time, I always try to understand the purpose behind all of that. So the idea was to generate some buzz and talking. It worked. Like Wrecking Ball was an amazing song, but maybe if she wasn't naked in a ball, people wouldn't be watching that much, and she wouldn't be breaking records on YouTube and a number one uh, song in the Billboard. That's sad, but it's
Mm-hmm.
true.
Mm-hmm.
So she had a point in my opinion, but I can understand. And if I need to choose something very cringe by Miley, would be the BB Talk video. Because she as a baby is really weird. It's really weird.
Yes.
Yes.
She's definitely trying to follow Madonna's footsteps
Yes.
by doing
Path,
something
yes.
relevant so your career can pop. I don't know.
Yes.
Explode,
Yes.
yes.
I'm not
Yes.
a,
And we will never know if it was
I know.
necessary or not, because if
Because
maybe,
she was already big.
oh yeah, but that's the reason. How can you
Yeah,
be bigger,
Yeah,
you know?
to be
yes,
different.
yes,
She
yes, it's true.
And she had a pick with this album. We cannot
Oh no,
disagree
yes.
Yes,
with.
yes. So it worked.
Definitely. Yes, but she's
Yes.
I don't know. I'm gonna sound like Mariah. Like I haven't really paid attention to Madonna. Like from 8 or 10 years ago when she used to be popular. So
Okay.
the same thing happens with
Yes.
me with Miley. So yeah. So
Miley.
now I chose what video? Oh yes, Britney's "Make Me" original cut. I don't know, again, what was going on through the mind of the producers, of the director, of Britney Spears. I know Britney Spears hasn't been in a very good place in the past years, but doing that video, when I watched the first version, the one that was originally released, I was like, what is this? And then when that original version was released, I felt more ashamed because, Nena, please. My daughter here. um, when I first watched it, I was like, "What is this?" I mean, I know Britney loves to show her body, and so she has always been like that. But with this video, with all these guys surrounding her in their underwear, and then one going into a pool, and then she's wearing all this red glitter thing in her body. I don't know. I found it so crazy, and so bad because she came from making an amazing video, which for me is Work Bitch, and it's an amazing production. How she looks, how they work with the lighting and stuff, and then Perfume, which is it's a good song, and the video it's the typical I'm the other girl or she's the other girl or whatever. But with Make Me, I feel so ashamed with the video in general. The first version and the second version, whatever you want to call them, both versions suck. And how she dances like so robotic, like I can't stand how she dances and always uses her arms like this. I don't know why she does that, but I would like to know what you guys think about this Britney video, Mao.
Oh, well, with Britney, I feel sad sometimes because I don't know, for example, back in 2008, 2006, when the BMA performance
2007.
of
2007.
2007, yes, that it was very bad for her looking like that. We remember a very gorgeous woman that Britney is, like, and in that moment, for example, not a lot years ago, we had, for example, songs like Me Against the Music, where she looks phenomenal, and then we have this, and for example in this video Make Me, it's like again bad decisions for her image, I don't know. So I sometimes I feel bad for her because she's the best, like the greatest, and sometimes these kind of decisions that I don't know if it was her decision or the decision of the label, I don't know, but it was very bad for her image. And I don't understand why. You have a very gorgeous woman, a very beautiful, amazing, very hot singer doing this. It's like why you made this decision? Because you could make a very good video with a very good concept, and out of nowhere you decide to do this. Like it's very it's I don't know, I don't understand. So I feel bad for her sometimes because she's the best. She's great, and I think it's not fair to do this with with a performer like her because she's the best.
I know, definitely sad because she's from the past 10, 15 years, she has always seemed like lost to me. Like she's there, but she's not there. You know? Like I know I'm
Yes,
here, but
yes.
her eyes are always, in a different way. She looks different, and with this video, I don't know what happened if she planned it to be like this. Um, so yes, talking about Britney, I know that her past two albums haven't been the the best of her work, and I think the single selection from Glory wasn't the best. I'm in, at least for Make Me, because Slumber Party with Tinashe was a good one, but
Yes, very good.
I don't know why they chose Make Me as a single, because there are better songs on that album. But anyway, um, we can talk about other cringe pop songs, and I send you guys a list of the
Yes.
ones I think that are pretty bad, and I don't know what our audience thinks, but for example, and if you remember the Cheeky song by the Cheeky Girls, we are the Cheeky Girls, you are the Cheeky Boys. Those girls auditioned with that song for the Pop Stars show back in 2001, 2002. And nobody wanted to choose them, but this guy in particular, I don't remember the name of the guy, but it wasn't Louis Walsh. It was the other one. Who said, "Oh yes, let's pick them," and but the other judges, I think it was Gary Halliwell and Louis Walsh, weren't happy about it and were like, "Okay, let's pick them," but they weren't they weren't good, or no, they didn't actually go through, but they still decided to release the song, and some producer found them. I don't know what really happened, but the song was really popular, pretty popular,
Yes.
but it's really bad.
Yeah.
What
If I have
what do
to
you guys think?
if I have to use this word cringe for something, it will be for this song that I feel like I mentioned a lot in this video cast by far because I really hate it. It sounds really weird to me. The music video, everything is no, it's not good. There's no other word for this. I don't want to
No,
talk much about this, but it's no good.
the video, the song, the dance moves, like
Yes, it's like characters. I don't know.
yes,
The
and
cheeky girls, the cheeky song is like I don't know.
mhm, touch my bum.
Yeah,
What are your thoughts, Mao? Did you
I
know
didn't.
about this song?
No, no, I didn't know the song. I just listened
lucky
to the
you.
song today. Actually, yes, look at me. Yes, of course, it's a bad song. It's a really bad song. It's like bad production. It's like this kind of songs that appears in a moment, and you are wondering why this song was produced and created for what kind of people. Yes, it's a really bad song, and the worst of that, it was popular.
Yeah,
If the
but it
song was
screams like
popular,
one hit wonder. It's not possible
Yes.
okay,
for a cheek girls to have another
yes.
big hit. I don't know.
Yes, yes,
Mm-hmm.
but I think sometimes these songs are released for that purpose. Like,
Yeah,
it's a silly song, but okay, it could be a hit because it's silly, because it's repetitive, because it's this kind of song. So, I don't like at all when producers or labels do this because it's like a disrespect for music, like do
Yes.
this kind of stuff, like it's not good. So yes, it's a bad song. So absolutely.
So bad, but it was popular for sure.
Yes, that's the worst part.
And I think producers know that when even when they
of
Of
know that
course.
it's
course.
a bad song,
Yes.
they say it's going to be catchy because it has
Maybe
something.
even the girls knew that it's all about
Yes.
Mm,
money or
It's all
marketing
about
and me.
money and marketing. Yes.
yes, for sure. And it makes me think of another song that I sent you, which is called yes, No Way, No Way by Vanilla. one
Yes.
of the worst songs out there. It
Yes.
starts with this, but mana mana
Do,
mana
do,
mana,
do,
That
but
do.
that
yeah,
that yes, yes. This is like the song from
the
Sesame Street or
Muppets.
so. Yes, or the movie. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes, I mean, but they do it like being boring, like na 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 na, like that's
It's
like
terrible.
not even trying to make it fun.
No.
But
Yes.
let's do this in okay, because the label wants us to record something, so let's do this. But the song is so bad. No way, no way. So it's so so bad.
Yes.
It uh I bet you didn't know about this one, Mao, because I
No, not
know
at all.
Me
that.
Not at
neither.
all.
Me neither. I
Oh,
never
you
Oh,
heard
the
this.
didn't?
Lucas neither. Okay.
Yes. It was a
What do
bad
you think?
surprise.
No, but
A bad
I mean,
surprise.
I
It, it's
know.
it's even worse than the Chick song.
Yes.
I would
I,
listen to the Chick song all day long, just to not listen to that one because it's a messy. The vocals is all over the place, like really weird. Like they sound like off the key, but at the same time, seems like impossible to have a key in the song because
I
doesn't
know.
sound like a song. I don't know. It's been
No,
really
no,
weird.
and it actually entered the charts. Can you believe that?
Oh God.
No, 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 no. It's weird.
That's very sad because, for example, there are other songs that are amazing and
Mm-hmm.
didn't enter into the
Yeah.
charts. So I don't know, a lot of songs that are amazing. So it's very sad that this kind of songs enter into a chart.
Yes. Yes, I don't know what
Yes.
happens through the minds of those that like the songs, but this
Yes,
one in particular, from the ones that we've been talking about, I think it's the worst.
it's the worst.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
totally.
yeah, yeah.
It's one of
Because
the
the
worst
production
songs I
is
ever heard, for
yes,
sure.
Yes.
sucks. Yes, for
You are
sure.
right.
It definitely wins the cringe award.
Yes,
Yes.
totally, totally. Yes.
The Chick girls are queens now in my
Oh
life
yes,
after
the
this.
cheeky girls are Madonna compared
Yes.
to compared to
Yes,
Vanilla.
yes.
I also sent you guys Female, another British group. If we actually consider this, we are talking all about British groups in here.
Mm,
Yeah.
Vanilla are British, the cheeky girls are British, and Female are British. With their song "Flee Fly Flow." It's so
yes. And the
What are your
video is
thoughts?
so bad. Yes.
Yes. Lucas, what do you have to say about this song?
I don't know, but I kind of like it.
It's really
Okay.
silly. It's really silly.
Yeah, for me, it's like if you make like those scenes in the Disney cartoons when a cartoon is singing, like Timão e Pumba here in Brazil for the Leon King. uh, you know, that silly song in a Disney cartoon would be something like
Mm-hmm.
this for me. It's
Yep.
definitely not a good song, but I don't know why it kind of works for me.
Well, it's
I
better.
kind of like it.
It's better than No
Yes.
Way, No Way.
Oh, dude.
Of
Anything is
course.
better
Yes. 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 Yes.
than that.
That song.
Anything.
Yes.
But for me, it's not a bad. Like I would choose like Daphne and Celeste. I don't know if you guys are familiar with those
Yeah.
girls.
U-G-L-Y.
Also from UK. They are. I forgot to mention before, so Mal could listen. But they are kind of worst for me. I don't know.
Well, if you ask me, Daphne and Celeste's ugly. It's really fun for me. I like to listen to it. U-G-L-Y. You ain't got no alibi.
I don't like the voices. I don't know.
Oh,
Sounds fake
they
to
sound like really like chipmunks, right?
me. Yes.
Yeah. What are your thoughts,
Yes.
Mao? Did you listen to Females?
Yes. Yes. And I consider the song silly. Maybe not cringe, like that kind of song that you say like, oh my God, this is cringe. No, I consider the song silly. It's a bad song and it's silly. Maybe not at the level of being cringe, but it's a silly song. Like, yes, it's a silly song
Yes.
for sure. Yeah.
Actually, the song the title "Flee Fly Flow," I think it's something that Boy Scouts use. So I'm not really familiar with that because I've never been into this Boy Scouts and stuff like that. But
Oh, okay,
I
okay.
think they use it for some reason because of this area in particular. So
Okay, okay, okay.
yes. So, well, anyway, next song I sent you. Well, I like Hoku. I love her. But her song, How Do I Feel, the burrito song, it's like, why would you sing about a burrito? Who would do that? So, what are your thoughts on this song? Because I was eating a burrito and I'm like,
I feel
so
like
bad.
they use the burrito as a thing to gain attention because the song is not actually about this. She's
No.
she mentioned the burrito, but I don't know. I like the song. It's very Disney Channel. I don't know, but I don't understand the burrito thing for sure. Like it's weird, but in the whole list that you sent, this is the best one for sure.
Yes,
Yes,
I could
yes.
I
listen
agree with that.
I think
to
that
the
the
song. There's a
burrito,
music video that is kind of fun. It's good,
yeah,
good.
I think the burrito part was just like you mentioned to gain attention. But
Yeah.
I think it was unnecessary.
Yes.
What do you
It
think,
was like a
Mao?
strategy. I don't know.
Yes. Mao, your thoughts?
I consider the production of the song is good because the album as a work is good. So because at the time she was kind of popular, so I don't consider the song like bad at all, like cringe. Like it's something, as Lucas said, like this kind of this part of the burrito thing is more like to make the song maybe catchy or something like that to recognize the song very easily.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, I consider from the list that, as you said, is the best because it's
Yeah.
not a bad song. It's not a bad production. It's a song. It's a well done song. So
Yeah.
yes,
I
yes,
I can
it's kind of
imagine when
silly,
she
but
was
yeah.
recording, like the producer, okay, let's make the burrito song, maybe it was something an inside
Like a
joke
joke.
Yes,
Yes,
of the
like an
product,
like
but
a
inside
they
joke.
joke.
decided to keep it, maybe.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a crazy song, but well, it's better than the others we've been talking. And
Of course.
I
Nothing
also
can beat No Way, No Way.
no way, no way. There's no way that song can be
There's no
beat.
way to beat that one. Yes.
And the other one I sent you was I think it was Lowly. Do you guys remember Lowly from
Yes.
she's
Yes.
British too. So I don't know what happens with Britain in but that song
Yes.
People People on Radio. I think it also sounds like a chipmunk singing.
Yes.
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 I don't like this
Yes.
girl
No,
too. Like,
she's too cheesy if you ask me.
yes. Again, she's under the line for me.
Hmm I
It
have
is
I have
it's not
tried
good.
to give her a chance several times, but I just can't. I only listen to
Yeah,
one or two
me too.
songs and can't move on.
Yeah, because she looks like something that we would like, at least
Hmm
me and Marielle. But when you
Yes.
listen, no, no, it's a no.
Did you listen to the song, Mal?
Yes, and I consider the work very cheap. I don't want to criticize her, but I consider the production and the album very cheap. Like not a lot of budget to do it. So yes, it is like this kind of project that you can see easily that uh, that the people that were involved in this project were not putting a lot of money on that. So
Mm.
yes, this is the result. Not a good
Yeah.
song, not a good album, not a good cover because the cover is also cheap for me. So and when I see the cover, I was thinking the same. Like this is the kind of underrated kind of pop that maybe Luquitas and Mariel like. But when I was listening to the song, I was like, okay, this is not good.
No,
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 very very cheap.
unfortunately. Poor
Yes,
girl, poor girl. But her voice is so annoying to me. I don't know if it happens to you, but
yeah,
like, shut
Yeah.
up,
yes,
please. Do yourself a favor and shut up. So.
yes, yes, yes. Her voice is annoying.
Yes, too
Totally.
bad. But well, those are cringe songs. And I sent you guys one from a Mexican singer, one that I really love. Her name is Faye. And she released this
Yes.
song as a single in 1997, I believe. And it's dedicated to our famous volcano, Popocatépetl.
Mm.
Who, in
Oh.
her sanest way, would dedicate a song to a volcano? No. but the song is so bad. I hate it. I hate that song, and because it's so dumb. It's like na 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 boom boom. And singing about the volcano, and how the stars look from the
The stars,
volcano. I'm
yes.
like, what's this shit? And then she makes this ridiculous rap in the middle of the song, which has no sense at all. It's talking about the heart of a pumpkin, and if you keep talking, I will rip your face, or something. It's one of the worst lyrics out there. So, I mean, I love Faye because she's definitely one of my favorite singers, and she brings me back to my childhood. But I know you probably didn't understand much, Lucas, because it's in Spanish or didn't feel the vibe. But now, since you are a Spanish speaker, how did you feel about the song?
Well, I knew the song because I knew this is from Tierna la Noche,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
or
mm-hmm.
yes, from Tierna la Noche, yes. Forgive me, my friend Marlon Ramos, that he's a huge fan of Faye. I'm not trying to disrespect her in any way, but this song is, yes, it's really silly. I understand the concept behind it because a lot of songs from that album are very they try to the songs to be very catchy, like the verses very repetitive, but with this song in particular was not the case. Like the song is silly, the song is repetitive, the song is catchy but not in a good way.
No.
Like it's the song it's like that kind of songs from a commercial of something that is in your mind all the time, like that, repeating the same words. So yes. I knew the song, and of course it's one of the less favorites for me, like in this album, because I consider this album
It's amazing.
an amazing album, yes, and a very good representation of Mexican pop in that time.
Yes.
But yes, I can't stand this song. I
Yeah, no,
don't like
and
it at
that
all.
and if you're
Yes,
singing about the volcano, why would you make a rap talking about what I mentioned? It's like, what does
yes,
it have
yes,
to do it with anything? So,
yes,
did you
yes, yes.
listen to it, Lucas? How did you feel about it?
Yeah, I'm happy to know it's a volcano now because I was curious because I don't know that word. For me, it was a Pokemon or something, and
Yeah, it's a
I'm
volcano.
trying to found a song by Faye that connects with me. To be honest,
Hmm.
I try a lot. Even the 2003 album that you guys talked in the crossover episode, I re-listen all of things I can feel that is good somehow, but I don't know. I can connect it with her music. So when I listened to this one, I was already expecting not to like, you know. So when I heard, I was like not shocked because for me sounded like a lot of the 90s dance tracks
Hmm. Hmm.
that was common on the radio. I don't know, so it was not something like shocking, but really not good. Like after 30 seconds I was dying to skip the track. I was
To
like,
stop, yes.
no. I don't like this. So I understand. I this in this case I don't feel cringe because I wasn't paying attention on the lyrics, but I feel like it's a bad song. Like just this. I'm not feeling cringe, but I feel like no, I don't want to listen. You know,
Hmm. Hmm. Yes.
different. But maybe it's worse than cringe when you don't even want to try. I don't know.
Now I will try to find the way to describe the rap verse for you
Okay.
someday. I would like to ask you guys, instead of making the original game, just some questions. I know, Mao, you have a lot of favorite artists, but what are your from your I know, what's the worst song from your favorite artists, or a song that makes you cringe from your artist?
Okay. Well, I was thinking about it because in the case of Stacy, for example, that is my favorite artist. I'm not saying that she's perfect, but I can't find a song that I consider like is cringe or something like that. So this time I go with Mariah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like at all the song hashtag beautiful with Miguel.
Really?
Oh, That's
I
sad.
don't like the song. I don't like the video. I don't like the concept of the video, and I don't like the version in Spanish either. So yes, yes. In this case, I say that I don't like. Maybe I perceive some cringeness in the video, like her dancing. I don't consider Mariah a good dancer. It's not something offensive. Offensive. It's like that. She's
No.
not. Her vocal range is amazing. She's a star. She's like a huge diva, but I don't consider her dancing skills are good. So I don't like to see her like dancing. So I consider this song. I didn't like the song at all when the song was released, and I feel this album in particular is not one of my favorites, the Mia and Mariah,
No.
but I can find some songs in this album that are better for me to be released instead of hashtag beautiful. So yes, I don't like that song at
Well,
all.
the same thing happens with me with Mariah, but with a song from that album, which is called Money. I hate that song.
Oh, okay, okay, yes, yes,
The
yes. It's not a
the
it's not a good
background
song.
the background song like
Yes.
I hate it. I hate
Yes,
it.
it's annoying. It's
Hmm.
annoying. Yes, yes,
Yes. So
yes,
yeah,
yes.
in that album, the same.
Yes.
What about?
But Mariel, what do you think about the hashtag beautiful song?
Oh, I like it.
I like
I
it.
really
Okay.
do
Yes.
like it.
Okay. I wanted to know your opinion, guys.
I really like it, and I think the video
I
is
do like
Okay.
good.
it.
And I don't
Yes.
know. Well,
It was the first song single by Mariah that I liked it in a long time.
Oh,
Uh,
really?
Back then, like there was a lot that I wasn't super into, and suddenly this one I was kind of listening a lot.
well,
Okay, okay, okay.
it-
It's funny.
this proves how we all have different points of views, and it's okay.
Different.
And it's
Yes,
Yes,
okay.
yes. Totally. It's
totally.
okay.
And what
Yes.
about you, Lucas? I know you love Michelle Branch, and she's your favorite singer out there. Is there a song that makes you cringe?
Um, used to have one, but not anymore. But was like when she did the duo with Jessica Harp in the records.
Mm,
Hmm.
That she went more
mm-hmm,
country music.
mm-hmm,
The second single was My Oh Mine, and it's really country, like very country roots,
mm-hmm,
you know. In the music video, is kind of comedy, a vintage comedy, I don't know, with horses and things like this.
mm-hmm,
Uh, so back then, I remember feeling cringe watching, but I try it now as a adult
mm-hmm.
and a grown man that I am, and I kind of like it. I can feel so. Maybe there's nothing that cringe by Michelle Branch for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, yeah, sometimes artists do have a great catalog, and you cannot say, oh, this is
Yes.
so bad. No, like for Mariah, for me, who is my favorite singer, I would say that that song, Money, and
Okay.
I don't know. I think that's the only one. And oh no, I don't like a song from Glitter called "Don't Stop Funkin' for Jamaica."
Oh, really?
I don't like that song
I like this one.
because of
I like it so much,
it's
this
with
one.
Mystical, right?
Yes.
Yes.
It's not because of Mariah, it's because of Mystical. Because of his voice,
Okay.
it's for me it's annoying. But because she
Okay,
has
okay,
a
okay,
really
okay.
high notes in that one. But it's
Yes.
not about Mariah, it's about the rapper. Sorry.
Actually, this is the song that she performed in the movie when her couple in the movie is like looking for her in at a
Ah,
club,
yes,
and she
and
she
he
started to
wants
say like
her.
ah
Yeah, yeah.
yes,
Yeah, no, yeah, that
yes,
part is
yes,
great. That part
and
is great, but I think that the rapper, it's no, it's a no-no.
yes.
And is there a song that you know it's cringe, but you still play it?
Well, a lot. There's so many examples. For me, like, there's a lot of things that I used to listen as a kid here in Brazil, like Xuxa
Mm-hmm.
and Angélica and Chiquititas. There was a
I
telenovela.
love it. Mm-hmm.
Uh, yes, and I still listen, and I know that it's cringe. Like the romantic songs, like the kids singing like in love,
Mm-hmm.
but I can help it. I like it. I still listen. And there was like a boy here in Brazil, Felipe Dilon. I don't know if you guys are familiar. Yeah, and he was like
No.
the pop boy here in 2003, but he has a lot of cringe songs uh, in the album, like really bad songs. But sometimes I listen and I can enjoy it.
And what about you, Mao?
Well, don't get me wrong, because I'm about to say something, but when Justin Timberlake was part of NSYNC, I don't consider his cringe, but her vocalization, I don't know, I consider, like, for example, it's gonna be May,
Yeah.
and this kind of a stuff that
Okay, the
that
tone
she
of
does.
his voice.
Yes, and there, and in a lot of songs that he's doing with his voice, like this kind of pronunciation and accentuation, like May saying, I don't like it at all. I don't consider it cringe, but I enjoy these songs. For example, I love and sing, and I love It's Gonna Be Me. But yes, a little cringe of him to make these kind of words, like with this
Yeah.
Uh,
pronunciation, with
And it's
this
gonna be
kind of
May. It's the
it's
month.
gonna be
You don't
May. Yes,
understand. Yeah.
and
yes, yes,
actually,
yes. I consider this is cringe.
it
So
happens with me with the song "Pop" from NSYNC. With
okay.
his I hate it when he does
The
that, the
beatbox.
beatbox.
Okay.
And I love that song, but yeah, that part for me is cringe.
So
Okay,
you love the
okay, okay,
radio.
okay.
The radio edit for you is perfect.
Yes.
There's no
There's no
beatbox in
beatbox,
that.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean there's a lot of songs out there that could be considered cringe for us, but I would like to know what are your thoughts on these songs that we've been talking about today, and what other songs do you consider cringe? So please leave it in the comments for us. We will definitely make a fun playlist out of this so you guys can have fun. And whenever you
Yes.
feel depressed or something, you just can play this playlist and have fun listening to these crazy songs.
Yes.
Yes, the playlist from this episode is going to be very fun.
Yes,
It's going to be May. I'm just
It's
Yes.
going to be May.
there's
Yes.
no way you cannot have fun with us today.
kidding. Yes. You can listen while with a Pizza Hut, and have fun. Yes.
Actually, it was a coincidence because today I received like a message, like a publicity or something by Pizza Hut, and I was listening the song, and suddenly I received the message, and I order pizza from Pizza
Uh,
Hut. It's not common because I order
Oh,
from Domino's, but this time
okay.
you work.
I ordered from Pizza Hut, and it was like, what a
It's a
coincidence.
sign.
Maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know if you guys ever watched the movie Josie and the Pussycats. Is a 2001 movie. Is about a band that is actually for a comic, the Archie comics, and the story of this movie is like they are a band, and the industry of music is putting subliminal messages in the boy bands and the girl group songs for
Okay.
people to buy things, like, so you
Mm.
listen to the song, and underneath the track is like, you should buy a Pizza Hut, you should buy a Pizza Hut.
Oh,
So
okay,
this is the
okay,
No, I
story
okay.
didn't
of
know.
the movie. So I
Yes.
was thinking maybe the chick girls and all those things. This is the explanation
Oh,
Yes,
for
yes,
this.
yes.
Yeah,
okay.
maybe, who
It's
knows?
not as silly as we thought. Yes.
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 I don't know if you guys remember the Gummy Bear song.
No, this
The
one.
I am the
I don't.
in español, Mao, it was Osito Gominola, Osito Gomi.
no, no, I can't remember the song.
I
No.
will send you the song.
No.
Well, one time I remember we were at a conference in college. There was this guy that I really can't remember what he was talking about, but he was really important. And we were all there. Everybody was quiet. We were listening to him. And all of a sudden, someone's cell phone starts ringing. Osito Gominola. Osito. It was a cringe moment. So,
Of
yeah, and everybody
course.
was
Sure.
like, because the poor guy was all red, and he was
Of
trying to
course.
turn it off, but the song kept
Uh,
playing like Osito Gominola. Yeah, so those are cringe moments too.
Armani moment.
Yes, and I will send you
Yes,
that
yes,
song because it
yes.
was so popular. I just can't believe you guys don't know it.
No, 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 no,
In
no.
here it
I
was like
didn't know
so
the I
crazy.
didn't know the song.
Me neither.
I wanted to ask you, there is a song that was very popular back in 2000s, that was called Chacarrón or something like that. Like Chacarrón.
Chacarrón, chacarrón, tururú.
Do you know it, Luquitas?
Ah,
No.
loquitas.
No?
No.
I'm going to share it.
It's so bad.
It's like yes, it's so bad,
Yeah.
but it was so
I'm kind of
popular.
proud of Brazil right now.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of those things that never play.
Do you remember
Yes,
Mao?
he was.
When it was like that it used to go
Yes,
like that.
yes. Yes, yes. Yeah. It was like that. It was very cringe song. I can't remember the name of the artist. Well, the person,
No.
because I don't consider an
No.
artist. The person that was doing this shit. Yes. Yes. No, I can't remember
I don't know if
his
it's
name.
common in Brazil, Lucas, but here in Mexico at least, and probably those songs are popular in Colombia too. They always sing about animals. What's the problem with animals? Like the song called La Vaca, which is the cow. La vaca,
yes,
moo. La
yes.
vaca, moo.
Yes. Let me know.
No.
Yes. We have material for other songs in Spanish, cringe songs in
yes.
Spanish, because, for example, that song Mariel El Venado, que no me digan en la esquina. Yes.
I hate those
No.
songs, and it's always about animals. I remember
Animals,
when I
yes.
got married, I asked the wedding planner. She told me, write to me the songs you don't want to be played on your wedding. And I said, nothing that has to do with animals, please.
Animals.
No, not cows, not deers, not anything. Please. El baile del perrito.
Yeah. Todos quieren bailar.
So
that songs were not popular in Brazil, right, Luquillas?
No. Here we used to have like axé, the rhythm of Bahia, a lot in the 90s. So maybe it's kind of similar because we have like the dance of the ass dance, like dança da bundinha, and the dance of the here we say corda, like it's a cordão that you should dance behind it, so dança da cordinha. The dance of the crazy dead guy, morto muito louco, so you dance like this.
No.
That's the equivalent.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
the
that's the
equivalent.
Yes, it's kind of equivalent.
Yes.
Yes.
It's Brazilian version.
Oh, great. It's
Okay.
crazy. But anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode with us. We definitely have to do a second part of this and probably do it all with about Spanish and Portuguese songs.
And Portuguese.
So it will be really fun. Please don't forget to subscribe, to give us a big thumbs up, and leave your comments on the comment section. And follow us on Instagram too. Anything else you guys want to add, Lucas?
I want to say thank you again, guys. Thank you for everyone watching. Thank you for subscribe. Send to your friends that loves pop music to join us, and that's it.
Great. And you, Mimau?
Well, thank you guys again. Always is a pleasure. This is like the best part of my weeks recording
Same.
with you. And
Thanks.
just to clarify to the audience, we are not criticize these artists, because a lot of artists we mentioned today, we love the work of these artists like Gary Halliwell, Britney Spears, a
Yes.
lot of amazing artists. We are now just talking about, like, as Mariel said at first, we all the time always we are praising these artists, but today we are having fun and try to laugh about this and make funny episodes. So don't get us wrong,
Yes.
because
Yeah.
it was all about fun, not about criticize any
Yes,
artist
we
in any
don't
way,
want to-
or disrespect them in any
Yes,
way.
we don't want to make anyone feel bad or anything. And if you guys don't agree
Yes,
with
no,
us,
not at all.
it's okay. I mean, we all have different opinions.
Say it in the
And
comments.
please
Yes.
mention in the comments your cringe songs, and please check out our playlist because it will make you feel good and don't want to feel like crying again.
Yes.
So thank you again, everybody, for watching, and please join us for our next episode of Ready Set Pop. It's a great seeing you guys. Take care, everybody.
Bye bye.
Bye.